COVID-19 is dangerous. It can kill you and it can make you sick. But obviously the bigger danger in society collapsing comes from our response to COVID-19, the government response to it. How do the people that get paid the big bucks, the people with supposed big brains, handle this situation? It's scary how quickly things have gone downhill, and it seems the more you pay attention, the more anxiety-inducing it can become. In an effort to keep us safe, governments are tempted to flex their power. In an effort to keep the economy going, the Fed is tempted to just create more money. All of this happening while the streets are filled with people seeking social justice. How can you feel good with all that is going on? Well, I can tell you one reason to be hopeful. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is reason to be hopeful in 2020. Now, I'm not an insane person, okay? Bitcoin is not going to be the answer to everything. It's not magic. But at a time when every institution appears shaky, Bitcoin has not failed, it has not seized up, it remains good, hard money. New blocks continue to get added to the blockchain every 10 minutes, and Bitcoin transactions continue to take place. This should make you feel good, that there is an actual backup plan for how the world can work. Bitcoin does not make you immune to a virus, but its properties directly counter the bad things that are happening because of COVID-19. If the government goes too far and a police state is coming, Bitcoin remains the most censorship-resistant money on earth. Money that no one can stop you from using. If the government somehow fails and this new society is created, well, a money system is sitting there, ready to go. A plan B. You might be laughing. It might seem like a fantasy that an evil government could or would take over, but it's not a 0% chance. History is full of examples where temporary measures become permanent, and people with good intentions make horrible decisions. Not long ago, you could pay this fee and you could get your personal information taken out of the phone book. And with that, you became pretty under the radar. Now you visit one website and it's logging your IP, your name, your address, history, your geolocation. It's completely insane. License plate tracking is everywhere, even at McDonald's. We're going in a certain direction with technology, but we don't have to. You don't have to connect Google and Facebook to your wallet. There is another way, and it involves a number of technologies, but Bitcoin is a big piece of this. When someone pointed out to Satoshi that you will not find a solution to political problems in cryptography, they replied, yes, but we can win a major battle in the arms race and gain a new territory of freedom for several years. Governments are good at cutting off the heads of centrally controlled networks like Napster, but pure P2P networks like Gnutella and Tor seem to be holding their own. Now, obviously, you need electricity and a computer to use Bitcoin. You also need food, water, the ability to read. I assume that all goes without saying. But with some pretty basic things, the commoner of today has way more power than any commoner in history. If you're part of the pleb class, it's on you to start paying attention. There's messed up things going on right now, and it's not all in the street. Sneaky things are happening. And that is the printing of money and creative bookkeeping to keep the economy from collapsing. Anyone who sits down and thinks about it will realize that stimulus checks do not actually fix things. They kick problems down the road. As many have repeated, there is no such thing as a free lunch. What happened in Zimbabwe, where they started making trillion-dollar bills, has become a meme, a demonstration of what can happen when a country goes crazy, printing too much money. But for anyone paying attention, you have to be at least a little worried that America has started down this path. Do you know how many US dollars are out there? Does anyone? How many euros exist? Every Bitcoiner knows exactly how many Bitcoin there are. And just as COVID-19 is a global problem, Bitcoin is a global solution. Every country uses the same Bitcoin. It is truly neutral. Its existence benefits no country more than another. Satoshi tried to get the word out best they could. I mean, you could make an argument that those who could read English got a head start, but it was pretty soon after the white paper was released that language translations started happening. Not a perfect distribution, but certainly more fair than stuff going on now. Go look up the Cantillon effect. The people who get the fresh new federal money, the inflated money, are at such an advantage over everyone else. Can't do it with Bitcoin. You just can't. To get Bitcoin, you have to work for it. How can this not help with equality? Not everyone will be the same, but there will at least be a level playing field. If you're living in a country that is run by real jerks, that's not your fault. It's not your fault that you were born there. It's not your fault that people with guns say you got to use this crummy money, do these crummy things, and restrict the things you do. But if the world shares an economic system, it's going to bring people together. I don't think there should be a world government. But if you are a decent and caring person, how can you not support Bitcoin as world money? It can't solve every problem the world has. Unfortunately, things are more complicated than that. And as it stands today, I need to be honest that the technology is just not ready. As someone said, using the Bitcoin blockchain is like using a 747 jet to go buy groceries. It's very powerful. It can do unique things, but everyone in the world can't be doing that at once. It just doesn't make sense. But we'll get there. With a big enough network effect and enough eyes on it, the system will become stronger. The kids going to college now to learn about blockchain all over the world will absolutely develop solutions to problems we're running into with the technology. So you have to be hopeful, you have to persist, and you have to read about Bitcoin every day.